Hi, this is Deborah Clark, and I'm so happy that you're with me, joining me for this weekly online career success class we're having every Wednesday. And this is getting to the end of a 5-week and 30-day challenge I had for people who are in the Key Success Factor for Graduates program. The topic that we're going to have for this week is getting everyone networking for you. So if you've been following along in the 30-day challenge, you're at Key Success Factor 6 and Key Success Factor 7 this week. Key Success Factor 6 is getting connected, and Key Success Factor 7 is learning through action. So as I said, this is the last of the 5-week Key Success Factor for Graduates classes. But if you've got questions, I want you to continue emailing me. If you're not quite at the KSF 6 or 7 level and you've got questions as you're going through the program, I want you to continue to email me. And today I'm providing you with my personal email address. It's deborah@ebizcoach.ca. Or you can always contact us through the contact tab at ebizcoach.ca. I'd also like you to follow our Facebook page. So we have a new URL for our Facebook page. It's Like Deborah. And you can get under the event tab, you'll find any upcoming classes. So we're breaking after the end of this 5-week session, but there'll be more classes coming up, and that's where you'll find the information under the event tab. So like all of our sessions, I start them out by asking, what's been your greatest career or money challenge this week? And if you're listening to this session live, there's going to be a chat box where you can type in what your greatest challenge has been from your career challenge or money challenge this week. Type it in the chat box. If you're listening to this on one of our replays, there will be an opportunity for you to email. So there's on the right-hand side, there'll be an email box. And please send me an email. I check all the emails that come through from our webinar participants. So let's continue on. So the topic for today is to get everyone networking for you. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you've been following along and completing each of the Key Success Factor playlists 1 to 5, you'll have made some pretty amazing discoveries about yourself. And most important, you've come to realize that it's okay to be you. You'll be your most employable self if you simply be you. You've also made some pretty key decisions, like a list of 3 companies that you'd like to pursue for employment and networking opportunities. And in these last 2 playlists, Key Success Factor 6, you're going to learn how to get connected so that everyone you meet becomes part of your team to help you secure the right employer and the right position. In Key Success Factor 7, I'm going to give you specific tips and tools that'll help you stay motivated and to help you set some action plans for the next 2 weeks, the next 90 days, and the next year. And how? Well, I've got a bonus that I'm going to give you at the end of this class to get you start to think about your action plan. So you are in exactly the right place, and it's a pretty exciting place to be. So my key message through all of these last 5 weeks, as we've gone through each of the key success factors, is that it's time for you to be accountable. I want you to be proactive in your job search. And in 30 days, we've been able to not only be accountable and proactive, but you're completing all 7 of the key success factors in this last 30 days. And at the end of key success factors 6 and 7, you're going to have developed a personal action plan that's going to allow you to secure an absolutely awesome job. That's been our goal, and I hope you've been able to keep pace with us throughout this process. Now, if you haven't been able to keep pace, you've just learned about us for one reason or another, a friend has just sent you the webinar link and you're joining us today for the first time, the URL that you see, the web address that you see at the bottom of the page, keysuccessfactorsforgraduates.com, will give you more information about the Key Success Factors for Graduates program. So please check us out there. I'm also going to continue my responsibility with you. So my goal all along has been to help you recognize your most marketable traits so that you can truly own your worth and make some key decisions about moving forward in your career. And I hope this month you've achieved that goal. And even though this is the end of our 5 weeks, it's the end of the 30-day challenge, and you should be completing the 7 key success factors for graduates. I will still continue to take your messages, and I will monitor your posts through our Facebook page. So that's at Facebook, and it's like Deborah. And I'd love to hear from you while you're working through the program. I always love to hear from students as they're working through the program, but I especially want to hear your success stories at the end of the program. So please send me an email. Please connect with me through LinkedIn by private message, or even from our webpage, the ebizcoach.ca webpage under Contact Me. There's a lot of different ways you can connect with me, and I'd love for you to stay in touch. So what was your goal for the end of the Key Success Factors for Graduates program? Some of the students that I've been talking to have said it was to become more competitive when they're applying for jobs, to be more confident about their careers, and to adopt a strong mindset for the business world, to be better at networking, to learn more about themselves, and to make better life and career decisions. So maybe your goal fell somewhere into that list of things, and maybe it was something different. What was your goal? I want you to think of that, and have you been able to achieve that goal by the end of the Key Success Factors for Graduates course? So this is just a quick overview of the path that we've been on. We started with Key Success Factor 1, and that was a success mindset. Key Success Factor 2 was all about you and your authentic mindset. Key Success Factor 3 was a money mindset, really learning how to grow lean and to own your worth. Key Success Factor 4 was about knowing your customer. So what's the niche, the industry, the employer that you'd like to be working for? Key Success Factor 5 was about knowing your product, and that's you. So that's where you had that really neat infographic that got to outline all of your key traits, and you got to see you and your strengths as an employer would see you. I love that infographic in Key Success Factor 5. So today we're going to cover off Key Success Factor 6, which is the connector mindset, and key Success Factor 7, which is learning through action. And I'm really excited to have you at this part of the journey with me. So let's keep it going. In our playlist for Key Success Factor 6, it's all about you being a connector and developing a connector mindset. So it's time for you to start connecting and putting all the information that you've learned into action. I want you to get everyone you know networking for you. And we're going to tell you how to do that as you go through this particular playlist. So in this playlist, Key Success Factor 6, the connector mindset, it solves the problem of how do I become the right person at the right place at the right time? And the objective of Key Success Factor 6 is to get you meeting people who work in industry or the company that you would like to work. So that's our objective. In this playlist, there are 3 videos. The videos are 6 minutes, 9 minutes, and 12 minutes long. And there's 3 topics that are going to be covered. You're going to learn the art of networking. You're going to learn tips to achieve power and influence. And you're going to learn more about information interviews and the likability factor. It's probably one of the most important lessons in the entire program, or it's among one of the most important lessons in the entire program. Information interviews is the #1 way that university and college graduates are getting their first jobs. I can't wait for you to learn more about that process. And again, we have the Attitude Awareness Action Toolkit. And in this playlist, there's going to be 2 action to do items. The first one's related to LinkedIn. You're going to be connecting and getting some new connections through your LinkedIn profile. The second is the information interviews. I'm going to teach you how to reach out and make some really solid, worthwhile connections. So talking about LinkedIn, you already know that I believe LinkedIn is an awesome tool to take your career search to a whole new level. We've already talked in Key Success Factor 4 and 5, we talked about how to use LinkedIn for research, and we also talked about how to use LinkedIn to build your career brand. So we're going to continue on in this connector mindset session talking about how you can demonstrate your skills and how you can build trust through your LinkedIn profile. And this is all part of Key Success Factor 6. We're also going to take it one step further and talk a little bit more about networking and how you can reach out to some key people through your LinkedIn profile. So throughout Key Success Factor 6, we're going to finish off our LinkedIn discussion, but it's a really powerful tool for you as you move forward in your professional life and your career search right now. In Key Success Factor 7, it's learning through action. So now we're at the end of this path, and it's time to put all the information that you've learned into action. It's time to develop your next step. What's your plan? What's your action plan? You know your strengths. You've made some industry and employer decisions, so you're knowing now who you want to target. You know how to connect with the right people. In Key Success Factor 7, the playlist that's learned through action, we're solving the problem, what do I do next? And how do I sustain this motivation? So what I don't want to have happen to you is you've been on this journey with me, you've built up your self-esteem, you've built up your confidence, you're starting to own your worth, and then the program ends and you don't know what to do with it. So my whole goal with Key Success Factor 7 is to help you learn through action, to develop your action plan so that this motivation continues long after you finish this online course. So my objective of Key Success Factor 7 is to provide you with a performance management model that you can use over and over again. And I've often had people throughout my life, people say, I belong to different networks, women's networks, and different business and community groups, and they'll say, what keeps you so motivated? You know, you're always so motivated. And I really believe that it's setting goals and being able to recognize your own achievements, to be able to give yourself that pat in the back when you're like, yeah, I just did that. That's what keeps you motivated. So I believe it's progress that keeps you motivated. And accomplishing goals is progress. And so that's why it's really important as we finish off this program that you have an action plan and you have a set of goals that will keep you motivated long after. Now you've got the tools to keep you motivated long after this course is finished. So the theme for this final playlist, Key Success Factor 7, is to believe, to achieve. Going right back to Key Success Factor 1, you'll remember us talking about 2 basic criteria for all success. The first thing you have to do is make a decision to accomplish more. That's the attitude. And then once you've done that, you've made a decision to accomplish more, you learn how, which is what are the skills, what's the knowledge, the awareness that I need to learn how. So here we are, Key Success Factor 7, Learn Through Action. And in this playlist, you're going to keep moving and looking forward. And you're going to do that with the tool that I call a performance management model. And in this model, you can see in the center of the model, it starts with belief in yourself. And then you'll start, if we start at the bottom where it says dream, you're going to start establishing some dreams. You're going to learn how to turn them into goals. And once you know how to visualize them and turn them into goals, you're going to have to develop that concrete plan of how you're going to achieve them. Then you have to put that plan into action. You want to start monitoring your results that you're getting from your actions. Recognize your achievement, give yourself that pat in the back, and start the process all over again at dream. Now, this particular model is going on in various stages, can be in various stages of the model all at the same time. So there might be some things that are happening in your life, you're still at the dream stage. There might be other things that are happening in your life, you're at the action stage already. There'll be other things happening in your life that you're monitoring. So this model is rotating, and it's a model that's in motion in our lives continuously. But I think it's a really good way for you to establish some new goals. And then as we finish off Key Success Factor 7, I want you to think about reinvesting in yourself further to grow. It's something that I can tell you that each time in my life that I've dedicated specific time to invest in myself or money that I've invested myself to grow, it has catapulted me to the next level. So I want you to think about that, how you can continually reinvest your time, reinvest your money to continue growing. So there's no end to this. It is life, and life is the journey. I want you to acknowledge your achievements as you go along the way, and then I want you to share your success with others as you go along as well. In this last playlist, there are only 2 videos. The videos are 8 minutes and 15 minutes. And the topics you'll be covering is Believe to Achieve, and that's the performance management model. And it's something that you can use the rest of your life over and over again. And the second video is Believe to Achieve, and it's your action plan. In the Believe to Achieve action plan, you're going to come up with what your goal is for 1 year from now, and then what you have to do in the next 90 days to make that 1-year goal happen, and then what are you going to do in the next 2 weeks so that you're on track in your 90 days. It's your personal plan. In the Attitude Awareness Action Toolkit for this playlist, there's 3 accompanying exercises. It includes a really awesome list of tips for visualization, and it will give you your action plan outline, the 192 that I've just talked about. And remember to mark your videos as complete as you go through each of the Key Success Factor playlists. And that'll help you to monitor your progress as you go through the course. So as a bonus for this weekly class, I'd like to give you a little bit more information about the action plan overview, something you would take away with you today and start using. So we've introduced much earlier the 10-year letter to yourself. We call it the Next 10. If any of you are listening, this is a free report that I'm happy to send out to you. You just have to send me an email to deborah@ebizcoach.ca and ask for the Next 10 report. I'm happy to send it to you free of charge. So you've got your 10-year letter to yourself. And remember that it's progress that is motivating. And we want you to keep thinking about progress and setting some goals and achieving those goals, and that's progress. So in 1 year's time, where would you like to be? What I want you to do is write down the date in 1 year. I'd like you to write down then the date in the next 90 days. So rather than counting out 90 days, what's 3 months from now? What's the date 3 months from now? And then I want you to write down the date in 2 weeks. So those are your 3 dates. You can have 3 different pieces of paper, or you can have 1 piece of paper that's divided into 3 pieces, 3 parts. So in one part, you're going to have the date 1 year from now. In one part, you're going to have the date 3 months from now, and the third is going to be the date 2 weeks from now. So the 1 year date. In that block or on that piece of paper, I want you to think about where you see yourself in your life and your career 1 year from now. So exactly 1 year from now, you've got the date. Where do you see yourself? And here's a tip. I want you to visualize this. I want you to think big picture. And where do you visualize yourself 1 year from now? So that's the first part of the exercise. The next box or the next page is the date in 3 months. I want you to think, what do you need to do? What do you need to be, to do, or to have? What do you need to accomplish in the next 90 days in order to be closer to that 1 year goal? So you know what your 1 year goals are. What do you have to do in the next 3 months in order to achieve that goal 1 year from now? Third part of that action plan. The third part is the date in 2 weeks. So what actions do you have to take in the next 2 weeks in order to meet that 90-day goal? So 3 different sets of goals. You're thinking further out to your 1 year goal, and then 3 months, and then 2 weeks. So that's it. Congratulations. At the end of Key Success Factor 7, when you complete the program, you'll have established a plan for an amazing life and career, and it's your plan. And you'll also be set up with tools that you can use forever and ever. As if there's different obstacles that come up in your life or problems that come your way, you've now got the tools to deal with those problems. You know what your strengths are, and now you know how to use them. So your gift to the world is to be successful. It's what the world wants from you. I want you to stay connected with me. I'd like you to like our Facebook page. Don't keep me a secret. Share it with friends. If you go to our Facebook page, which is Like Deborah, post a picture of you in your new position, you on the job. Send us your success story and then share it. Share that post with your friends. I'd really like you to stay in touch and be prepared to give back. You become the motivation to help other people, to help them succeed in their life and their career. If you're already enrolled, you know this page well. You go to ebizcoach.ca, you go to the Login tab. You'll find the Login page. Just a reminder, if you've misplaced your username or password, the Forgot Your Password link is there, and we'll make sure to send you the new one. And for anyone watching today in this week's class and you haven't already registered and you're not part of the program, I've got a special introductory offer. It's a very limited time offer. It's $497. The regular price of this program, $1,197. Well worth the price, because the goal of this program is that the cost recovery would be probably 10 times in an increase from your starting salary over the cost of the program. So my goal would be that you would get an extra $10,000 to $12,000 in starting level salary by going through this program, by truly owning your worth, by understanding the real authentic you and what you want to do in your life and your career. So owning that worth typically helps you to attract a better quality employer and a better salary that will go along with that. So the program, well worth the $11.97. I do have an introductory offer for a very limited time. I don't have a date when it's coming down yet. $497. It can come down at any time. So if you're watching this, go to keysuccessfactorsforgraduates.com and you'll find more information about the registration there. This is what our registration page looks like. There's a video you can watch, but also the Register Now button. I want to bring to your attention the special 60-day money guarantee for any reason, 100%. So with the challenge, you can complete this course in 30 days. And I challenge you to do that. But if for any reason you've got up to 60 days for a full refund, there's no risk for you registering for this program. You can pay through the totally secure payment process with PayPal or by credit card. And again, I'll just ask you to stay connected. I would like you to check the date and schedule of our next Career Success class. As I mentioned earlier, this is bringing the 5-week career challenge, the 30-day career challenge, to go through all 7 of the key success factors. It's bringing that to an end. But there'll be more. We'll have more challenges. We'll have more classes. And you'll find them on the Facebook page. You go to the Facebook page, Like Deborah, and you go for the live event tab, and you'll see when our next Wednesday class will be. It's free to register, and once you've registered, you're going to get an automatic replay of the class, so you don't have to worry if the time doesn't work for you. So please stay connected. Thank you for taking this 5-week career success challenge with me, and I wish you much continued success. Cheers from Deborah.